Hello everyone, welcome. The sky on this 28th of August 2025 carries a weight that feels almost fated. We are standing under a Pisces full moon, a culmination point that heightens emotions and blurs the boundaries between our spiritual life and our material concerns. The sun is in Virgo, reminding us to ground ourselves in practical routines, while Saturn retrograde in Pisces sits close to this full moon, pressing us to take responsibility for the parts of our lives we have been avoiding. Mars is in Gemini, bringing restless energy and fast decisions, while Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, asking us to slow down and review instead of rushing ahead. This is a day of emotional clarity and karmic lessons, and for each sign, the way this unfolds will feel deeply personal now. Libra, let us begin with you. This full moon falls across your 6th and 12th house axis, stirring up themes of health work, rest, and spiritual release. When it comes to your career, there is a sense that something you have been pushing hard on might finally come to a head. You could feel pressure from deadlines or expectations, and with Mercury retrograde, miscommunication at work is possible. But this energy is also giving you a lucky, opening your sharp eye for detail, helps you spot errors or overlooked opportunities. The number 6 feels auspicious for you today, guiding you towards steady steps rather than big leaps financially. This is not the best day for bold risks or quick deals. Mars in Gemini is making you curious about new ventures, but Saturn by the full moon is asking you to hold back, review your structures, and avoid overcommitting. If you push too fast, you could feel blocked, but if you pause, you will see a clearer path forward. Now, let us move into your relationship space. Love feels tender today, but also tested. This full moon might highlight where your partner or someone close is carrying emotional weight, and you may feel the pull to heal, to give more than you receive. If you are single, there may be an attraction to someone mysterious, someone who awakens your softer spiritual side. But be mindful, Mercury retrograde can cloud judgment, so allow feelings to unfold without rushing when it comes to marriage or long-term partnerships. Saturn's presence is reminding you that boundaries and clarity are needed. Old emotional wounds could resurface, especially feelings of not being fully seen or supported. If you lean into honest communication, even if it feels uncomfortable, you may find this day brings a turning point of healing in matters of children or parenting. There could be a sensitive atmosphere. Kids or younger family members may need extra patience or understanding. If you are studying, this full moon encourages you to balance work and rest. Do not overwork your mind. Family and home energy feels both heavy and comforting today. You may feel a strong need to retreat, to recharge, or to release some emotional baggage that has been sitting in your household energy. Decluttering your space, even in a small way, could bring surprising emotional relief. For health, Libra, this full moon is very clear. Your body is asking for rest, release, and a gentler rhythm. Overworking or pushing your nerves will lead to exhaustion. Watch for tension in the stomach, digestion, or sleep disturbances. These are signs your system is out of balance. Slow breathing, grounding rituals, or even a short walk in nature can help you rebalance internally. This is a day of spiritual awareness. You may feel more emotional, more reflective, or even more nostalgic. There is an opening here to see the hidden patterns that have been holding you back. Self-doubt over giving or ignoring your own needs. Spiritually speaking, this day is opening a door for you to release what no longer serves your inner peace. So what should you today? Embrace simplicity. Take care of your body, your routines, your sacred inner space. Avoid rushing into financial or relationship decisions. Let clarity arrive. With patience, journal, meditate, or have a real conversation with someone you trust. The blessing of this day is that truth is rising up, but the test is whether you slow down enough to hear. At Libra, the energy of this full moon is not easy, but it is cleansing. You are being invited to let go of the clutter in your mind, your body, your relationships, so that you can step into a calmer, more authentic rhythm. Take this day seriously, but gently, and notice how even the smallest act of self-care can feel like a doorway to freedom. I hope this message reaches you in the right way. If it resonates, share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear how this energy is unfolding for you. And of course, do not forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more updates. Now, Scorpio, let's move into your world. On this 28th of August 2025, the Pisces full moon is lighting up your fifth house of creativity, love, romance, and self-expression, while the sun in Virgo activates your 11th house of community, friendships, and long-term goals. This axis is powerful for you because it pulls your heart toward both personal joy and the bigger picture of where you belong. Saturn is sitting close to this full moon, so the themes of responsibility, patience, and karmic lessons are intertwined with your passions right now. When it comes to your career, this energy brings both pressure and opportunity. You may feel caught between focusing on your own creative desires and meeting the demands of a group, team, or collective project. Mercury retrograde in Virgo could stir up delays in plans or miscommunication with colleagues. But if you stay patient and flexible, you'll notice hidden details that can help you shine later. Your lucky number today is 5, reminding you that freedom, adaptability, and courage are your allies financially. This isn't the best day for risky speculation or impulsive moves. Mars in Gemini is activating your 8th house, stirring questions about shared resources, debts, or investments. There could be tension around money that's tied to others, whether it's a partner, a business, or a loan. Saturn warns you not to overextend, but it also blesses you with long-term wisdom. If you focus on what's sustainable instead of what's flashy now, let's talk about love and romance. The full moon in your 5th house can bring deep emotional clarity in your love life. If you're single, you may feel drawn to someone in a soulful, magnetic way, but remember, Mercury is retrograde, so let the attraction unfold without locking into promises too quickly. If you're in a relationship, this full moon can highlight whether your romantic connection is nourishing or draining. You may feel tested on how much of yourself you're giving versus receiving in marriage or long-term partnerships. This day could stir emotions about commitment and shared responsibilities. If there are unresolved wounds, particularly around feeling unsupported, they may rise to the surface now, but this is also a healing moment if you lean into patience and compassion. This full moon can bring a deeper sense of unity. Children or parenting, the energy feels intense yet illuminating. Children may need more of your attention or emotional presence, and if you're trying to conceive or thinking about expanding your family, Saturn reminds you that patience and planning are essential. If you're studying or pursuing a creative project, your focus may feel scattered, but breakthroughs can come if you slow down. Home and family energy feels steady, but somewhat distant today. You may crave more time at home, yet obligations pull you outward. It's important to create small rituals of comfort, even cooking, lighting a candle, or grounding your space to keep your balance health-wise. Scorpio, this full moon may stir tension in your nervous system. Mars in Gemini can overstimulate your thoughts, and the Pisces Virgo axis points to stress affecting your digestion or sleep. It's essential to ground yourself, perhaps through water, a bath, swimming, or simply drinking more fluids. Your emotional body is deeply tied to your physical body today. Internally, this is a spiritually awakening day. The 5th house activation is calling you to remember joy, not just responsibilities. Saturn says joy doesn't have to be fleeting. It can be something you build, sustain, and honor as a daily ritual. Spiritually speaking, this full moon is showing you that pleasure and responsibility can coexist if you approach them with wisdom. So, what actions should you take? Lean into creative expression, love, and joy, but avoid impulsive financial or relationship decisions. Slow down, communicate with honesty, and remember that not everything needs to be decided today. The advantage of this day is that it can reveal what truly makes your heart come alive. The challenge is not to let fear or pressure silence that voice. Scorpio, this is a day to reclaim your passion to see what really matters, and 2. Honor your heart's truth with patience and courage. Trust the lessons, embrace the clarity, and let joy be your compass. If this resonates with you, share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear how this full moon energy touches your life. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more updates. Sagittarius, let us turn to your energy now. On this 28th of August 2025, the Pisces full moon is shining on your 4th house of home roots and emotional security, while the sun in Virgo illuminates your 10th house of career, public reputation, and achievements. This is a powerful and deeply personal axis for you because it pulls your attention between private life and public life, between nurturing your foundations and pursuing your ambitions. With Saturn sitting close to this full moon, there is a karmic weight here. What you have neglected at home or in your inner world is asking to be acknowledged before you can rise further in your career. When it comes to your career, the Virgo sun at the top of your chart is urging you to focus, organize, and refine your goals. But with Mercury retrograde here, progress may feel slower than expected. Miscommunications with superiors, delays in recognition, or confusion around responsibilities could surface. Yet this is not a punishment. It is the universe's way of giving you time to adjust your path. Your lucky number today is 4, reminding you to build strong foundations step by step financially. Today may feel like a balancing act. Mars in Gemini is highlighting your 7th house of partnerships, which means money matters tied to a partner, collaborator, or contract could be charged with restlessness. Saturn's influence suggests you should avoid making quick financial agreements. Instead, focus on creating stability and transparency, even if it feels slow. Now, let us step into your relationship space. With Mars in your opposite sign, relationships may feel more heated. Either passion rises or conflict does. The full moon in Pisces reminds you that underneath any tension lies a deeper need for emotional connection and security. If you are single, you may be drawn to someone who feels comforting, familiar, or soul-connected. If you are in a relationship, this full moon could reveal whether you feel emotionally safe with your partner, and if not, what needs to shift in marriage or long-term commitments. Themes of responsibility and boundaries may rise. Saturn in your 4th house can bring family obligations or emotional weight that spills into your relationship. This is a test of patience and shared responsibility, but it also offers the blessing of building something enduring if you face these issues together. Children or family matters may take priority today. With the full moon in your house of home and family, you could feel more sensitive to the moods of loved ones or find that unresolved household issues demand attention. For those studying or guiding children, patience and presence are key. Your groundedness will mean more than your words. Health-wise, this full moon emphasizes emotional and physical rest from career pressures could manifest in your body, especially around digestion or sleep. If your nervous system feels overloaded, allow yourself moments of retreat. Yoga, meditation, or simply turning off the noise for an hour can be deeply healing internally. This day pulls you toward reflection. You may notice old memories or family patterns resurfacing. Spiritually speaking, this full moon is opening a door for you to heal ancestral energy, to forgive where you have been, and to create a stronger sense of belonging within yourself. Saturn reminds you, if you build inner stability, your outer life will naturally flourish. So what should you do today? Honor both your public responsibilities and your private needs. Do not push too hard in career matters if clarity is not there yet. Instead, tend to your emotional roots, your home, and your sense of inner peace. The advantage of this day is that it can help you align your ambitions with your emotional truth. The challenge is resisting the urge to escape or gloss over what feels heavy. Sagittarius today is about remembering that true success is not only about what the world sees, it is about what you feel in your heart when you are alone. Trust that the foundation You lay now, even if it feels slow, will carry you higher than rushing ever could. If this message touched you, let me know in the comments. Your reflections always bring this community to life. And do not forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more updates. Capricorn. Now let us move into your space. On this 28th of August 2025, the Pisces full moon is lighting up your third house of communication, learning, and close connections, while the Virgo Sun activates your ninth house of wisdom, travel, and expansion. This axis is about the mind, how you process the details of daily life, and how you seek truth and higher meaning. With Saturn, your ruling planet, sitting close to this full moon, the messages and lessons you receive today carry weight. What you hear, speak, or realize could shift your direction in a lasting way. When it comes to career, conversations are highlighted. You might have an important meeting, a discussion, or even a delay in plans that forces you to rethink your approach. Mercury retrograde in Virgo suggests that information may not be fully clear just yet, so take notes, listen carefully, and avoid rushing agreements. The lucky number for you today is 3, reflecting the power of expression, dialogue, and flexibility. Financially, Mars in Gemini is stirring activity in your 6th house of daily work and routines. You may feel restless about money, wanting to change how you manage it, but Saturn reminds you to stay disciplined. Avoid impulsive spending or quick fix ideas. Instead, focus on steady improvements in your daily habits that will grow long-term security. Now let us step into your relationships. This full moon in Pisces softens your heart, making you more emotionally open in love. If you are single, you may feel drawn to someone who speaks to your soul through conversation, shared ideas, or a spiritual connection. If you are in a relationship, this day could highlight how you and your partner communicate. Are you really listening to each other, or just talking past one another? The emotional tone of this full moon invites compassion and understanding for marriage and long-term commitments. Saturn's presence brings a serious note. If there have been misunderstandings, they may come to the surface now. This is not meant to break you down, but to teach you the discipline of listening with patience and responding with care. Family and children matters may revolve around communication today as well. Younger siblings, relatives, or children could need your guidance, and patience will be your greatest tool. For those studying, this is a time when focus may feel scattered, but the full moon can bring moments of clarity if you slow down and trust your intuition alongside logic. Health-wise, your mind is very active, and that can put strain on your nervous system. Mars in Gemini may make you restless, and Mercury retrograde can add to mental overload. It is important to slow your thoughts, maybe through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a walk in silence. Pay attention to your breathing and avoid overextending yourself internally. Capricorn, this is a spiritually opening day. The 3rd house full moon can make your intuition feel sharper than usual, like messages are coming through dream synchronicities or subtle conversations. Spiritually speaking, you are being guided to balance intellect with intuition, reason with feeling, and detail with vision. So, what should you do today? Speak honestly, but gently. Listen more than you talk. Avoid jumping to conclusions. In work or personal life, the advantage of this day is that it can bring profound clarity through a simple message, insight, or realization. The challenge is avoiding the noise, the gossip, the overthinking that can drown out your inner truth. Capricorn, this full moon is asking you to trust your voice, but also to trust the silence that follows. Wisdom comes not only from effort, but from listening with an open heart. Let this day refine the way you think, the way you speak, and the way you connect with others. If this message resonates, I would love to hear your reflections in the comments below. And do not forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more updates. Aquarius, now let us focus on you. On this 28th of August 2025, the Pisces full moon is lighting up your 2nd house of money, self-worth, and values, while the Virgo Sun shines on your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. This axis asks you to balance what belongs to you and what you share with others, both materially and emotionally. With Saturn close to this full moon, there is a karmic lesson around how you value yourself, how you manage your resources, and how you allow others to support or test you. When it comes to your career, you may feel a spotlight on finances or recognition. There could be questions about whether you are being paid what you are worth, or if your talents are being fully appreciated. Mercury retrograde in Virgo suggests delays in financial agreements, contracts, or shared money discussions. Do not rush into commitments today. Instead, review carefully. Your lucky number today is 8, a symbol of balance, power, and karmic cycles financially. This full moon is especially important for you. It may highlight debts, inheritances, shared accounts, or emotional blocks around money. Mars in Gemini is energizing your 5th house, making you want to spend more on pleasure or creative projects. Saturn's influence reminds you to stay disciplined. Joy is important, but not at the cost of long-term stability. If you pause today and reassess your financial priorities, you may find clarity that sets you free from old patterns. Now, let us move into your relationships. This full moon could bring emotional intensity in love. If you are single, you may feel drawn to someone magnetic, someone who awakens deep attraction or a sense of destiny. If you are in a relationship, issues around shared resources, intimacy, or trust may rise to the surface. Saturn here asks, are you building with this person, or are you giving away your power? In marriage or long-term partnerships, this is a day to address unspoken truths. Conversations around money, vulnerability, or emotional safety may feel heavy, but necessary. If you avoid them, tension may grow. If you face them, the relationship can deepen and strengthen. Family and children matters may carry financial undertones. Discussions about expenses, education, or shared responsibilities could come up if you are studying or working on a creative project. Mars in Gemini brings inspiration, but you may need to channel it into focused action to avoid scattering your energy. Health wise, this full moon is linked to self-worth, and stress may show up physically if you have been undervaluing yourself. Watch for tension in the throat, neck, or digestion. This is the body's way of asking you to speak your truth and honor your needs. Prioritize rest and grounding internally. Aquarius, this is a deeply spiritual day. The 2nd 8th house axis reminds you that your worth is not only tied to money, but to the values you hold within. Spiritually speaking, this full moon is teaching you the balance between giving and receiving, between holding on and letting go. Saturn shows you that when you respect your own value, others will mirror it back. So what should you do today? Be mindful with money. Avoid rushing into commitments or spending out of emotion. Instead, review your priorities, have honest conversations with partners, and ground yourself in your worth. Advantage of this day is that it can awaken a deeper sense of empowerment and financial clarity. The challenge is resisting fear, insecurity, or overdependence on others. Aquarius, today's energy asks you to stand firm in your value, to know that your worth is not negotiable, and to align your life with that truth. Let this full moon guide you toward balance, stability, and trust in your own strength. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Your reflections always bring depth to this space. And do not forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more updates. Pisces, now it is your turn. And what a powerful moment this is for you. On this 28th of August 2025, the full moon is in your own sign, Pisces, sitting close to Saturn retrograde. This is your spotlight, your culmination, your mirror reflecting back who you are becoming. The sun in Virgo is directly across from you in your 7th house, illuminating your relationships, commitments, and partnerships. The theme here is balance between your individuality and your connections, between your soul's needs and the demands of others. This is a karmic checkpoint, Pisces, one that may feel heavy, but is also deeply liberating. When it comes to career, this full moon may bring recognition or at least an emotional breakthrough around your role. You may feel seen, but also more responsible than ever. Saturn in your sign demands maturity, discipline, and clarity about the path you are walking. Mercury retrograde in Virgo, however, can stir delays or confusion in contracts, negotiations, or partnership agreements. Do not rush decisions, let things settle. Your lucky number today is 7, guiding you toward reflection and spiritual wisdom before action. Financially, Mars in Gemini is stirring up your home and family sector, which may bring spending related to property, family needs, or living arrangements. The Virgo Sun in your 7th house reminds you to consider shared financial commitments carefully. Saturn's lesson is clear: be cautious, be practical, and avoid impulsive decisions with money today. Now, let us move into your love life. With the full moon in your sign, emotions in relationships are amplified. If you are single, you may feel pulled toward someone who sees you deeply, almost like a mirror. Attraction now feels karmic, spiritual, or fated. If you are in a relationship, this day could bring an emotional turning point, a moment where you ask, am I truly being seen for who I am? Marriage or long-term partnerships may feel tested today. The Sun in Virgo highlights your partner's needs, while the Moon in Pisces highlights yours. If there has been imbalance, one giving more than the other one sacrificing too much, it becomes clear. Now Saturn insists that boundaries, honesty, and mutual responsibility are needed. Though heavy, this is an opportunity for real growth. Family matters may feel pressing, with Mars energizing your 4th house. There could be tension at home, small conflicts, restless energy, or pressure around family decisions. If children are involved, they may need extra patience and understanding. For those studying or pursuing personal growth, today is a day of revelation. What you learn now about yourself may shape your direction moving forward. Health-wise, Pisces, this full moon is particularly sensitive for you. Emotional overwhelm may show up in your body through fatigue, sleep disturbances, or even immune sensitivity. Saturn reminds you to take responsibility for your physical vessel. Rest, hydrate, and create structure around self-care. Avoid overindulgence or escapism, which may tempt you when emotions run high. Internally, this day feels like a spiritual awakening. With the Moon and Saturn together in your sign, you are being asked to face yourself fully, your strengths, your wounds, your patterns, your truth. Spiritually speaking, this full moon is a doorway to greater self-mastery. It is not always easy, but it is profoundly empowering. So, what should you do today? Honor yourself. Do not hide your feelings, but also do not let them carry you away. Speak openly in your relationships. Stay grounded in your body, and trust that the challenges rising are helping you grow into your most authentic self. The advantage of this day is that you gain clarity about who you are and what you need. The challenge is handling that truth with responsibility rather than avoidance. Pisces, this full moon is your mirror. It is showing you not just who you are, but who you are ready to become. Let this day mark a turning point in your story, one where you step forward with greater self-respect, balance, and emotional wisdom. If this message resonates, let me know in the comments how this full moon feels for you. And do not forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more updates.